Hello everyone, I'm Miss Jennifer. I teach Humanities at the Bridge, and today we're going to learn about how to use your Humanities lesson plan. So the first thing you want to do when you are getting your lesson plan is you need to go to the website. You notice here we're looking at homeschoolhumanities2.com, and this that you see here before you is the home page, and right next to it you'll notice the Assignments tab. You want to go ahead and click on the Assignments tab, and you'll notice here we have Lesson Plan Week 1. If you'll just click on the icon right here, it downloads the lesson plan for you, as you see. Now let's take a look at this lesson plan, shall we? First of all, you'll want to print it out at the beginning of the week so that you don't have to come back to this every day. And if you come up here to the top, you notice right here on your right hand side is a little printer icon. If you just simply click on that, it will bring up the page that you need in order to print your lesson plan. But instead of doing that right now, let's take a look at the lesson plan itself. You'll notice at the top you always have the title of the class and the week that you are looking at. The horizontal colored bar across has the subjects for each day, beginning with Bible, then history, then map work, then literature, then your fine arts, culture, and timeline assignments. Finally, there's a column for the parent initials, and we're going to talk about that shortly. So what do we do to use this lesson plan? Well, you notice on the vertical line here, the vertical colored line, we have the days of the week: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. Of course, this is if your class is on Tuesday. If your class meets on Thursday, then your day will start on Friday and go from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There will always be 4 lesson plans, 4 lessons for 4 days of the week on your lesson plan. So as you look at it, as you begin your Humanities homework, you want to look across. This is the work for the day that you will do. You will start with your Bible, then go into your history lesson, your map work, your literature, your fine arts. You want to be sure that you do your work only for this day. You don't want to do all Bible in one day or all history in one day. And the reason that you don't want to do that is each of these subjects enhance one another, enhance the subject for today. So let's say on Wednesday you are studying Pentecost in history. Well, your Bible may very well be addressing Pentecost. You may be reading about Pentecost in your Bible. You're definitely going to be doing map work that pertains to your history lesson, and as well as fine arts and timeline. And so, as you notice here, for sure, that is talking about timeline, the Pentecost timeline, and there is also information of fine arts regarding that time period in history. So you enhance a better understanding of the subject by only completing what is assigned for that day. Now, of course, if you have something scheduled in another area and you need to do some extra work, that's fine. Then after you've finished all of this work, you can go to the next day's work. Hopefully that's not going to happen too often, because this amount, just completing these 5 subjects for the day, should be plenty for Humanities so that you can go on to your other subjects. Parents, once the students have completed their work, and by the way, you are welcome to join them in this. I think you would find it very interesting for both you and your student if you did some of this together. But regardless of whether you can do that or not, please, every day I ask that you do check to be sure that they completed all the items that are listed for the day. If there's something they may have missed, say they didn't see here in the history portion to complete activities 1B, numbers 1 through 3, then you would go ahead and catch that and help them with that so that they would have complete work but when they come in. Remember, the lesson plan work is a full 50% of their grade, so it's very important that they do this particular thing well. Once you have found that they have indeed understood and completed their work for the day, go ahead and sign here under parent initials. That's stating that you have indeed looked at their work and you have found it completed. If for some reason there is something that they are not able to do, let's say that your computer went down and they couldn't watch the video that was on our blog for that day. If you want to, you can go ahead and excuse them for that simply by writing a note to me on the lesson plan and then go ahead and initial. That way I can excuse them from that activity and not lower their grade for the lesson plan that week. You will notice here at the bottom that you always have my phone number and my email if you have any questions. Students have a routine they need to go through if they don't understand something. What I always tell students to do is, if they are reading their lesson plan and they do not understand something, then I ask them to, number one, go ahead and read the instructions again out loud. After they have done that, if they still do not understand what I'm asking them to do, the second thing that I tell them is they need to go and find a parent to ask if they can help them to understand it. So they will come to you first. If both you and the student are still not quite sure what I have in mind for the lesson that day, please feel free to call me, to text me, or to email me a question, and I will respond to you as quickly as I can. I am available to all the families of Humanities from 8:30 to 5 on Monday through Friday, so please do not hesitate to ask me a question if there's something you don't understand. Texting is usually the fastest way to get in touch with me at the number right here below. Please, when you do text me, identify yourself. Sometimes it's the student who's texting me with the parent permission, and that's great. I just need to know who I'm talking to before I respond. And I do try to respond as quickly as I can. So that's how we take care of our lesson plan every week. By the day before class, they will have all 4 days completed and signed and checked by a parent. They will bring the signed lesson plan with them in their completed work folder to class so that I can take it up and then give them credit for that work on in-grade that week. And that's all there is to know about the lesson plan. Thank you for listening.